Morning, everybody. It's Cindy here. Today I'm going to play with a canvas. I saw a picture of I don't know if you want to call it a sunset, but it's in my head and I need to get it out on canvas. These are the colors that I'm going to be using. I've got just a variety. I've got Amsterdam acrylics. This one is Yellow Deep. This one is an acrylic art. Let's see, an artist's acrylic, which is cadmium orange. I have medium magenta. I have Daler Rowney Simple Acrylic purple. This one is a brilliant blue purple, and then I cannot say that word, but it is a blue. Okay. In addition to these colors, which I've already put out here on my palette, as you can tell, I love using these sponges to paint with. I'm also going to be using just plain black and white gesso. Okay, so I'm actually going to do this in real time and talk through it. I hope you don't mind, and just kind of give you an idea of where my mind's at and what I'm thinking while I'm doing this. This is just a really cheap canvas that I got. I think I paid $2.99, $3.99 for it at Ollie's. It's a 14 by about a 14 by 10.5. It looks to me like it's already been gessoed, so I'm just going to go ahead and start playing. I'm going to start out with the yellow, and again, this is just something that I saw on a picture actually when I was at my doctor's appointment yesterday, and it really, I don't know, it really spoke to me, so we're going to try this. Alright, I'm not sure if I like the way this sponge is putting this on, because it's been used before. Maybe, we'll see. Okay, there's my yellow. And I'm going to go from the yellow into the orange. Now, when I get these colors, I'm actually using the colors off the palette, but I'm also adding a little bit of white gesso to it, because I don't want it so transparent. Alright, we're going to go from our orange into our pink. Okay, so much for the sponges. It's going to be finger painting. Maybe we'll do a little bit of finger painting and, oh, I don't want that pink in there. Just getting myself a baby wipe so that I don't, I really don't want all the colors running together. I pretty much want the orange to stay in the orange / purple, pink, I'm sorry, and the yellow to stay with the yellow going into the orange. That's what I'm looking for. Well, we had a beautiful day yesterday. I'm actually in upstate New York. Notice I say upstate. Yesterday it actually was almost 60 degrees out. Although you wouldn't know that by looking outside, because my yard is still full of snow. I've got probably at least a foot of snow out there still. So, but they say spring is coming. We can only hope. want these to blend, but I don't want them to... This is still the pink. Add a little bit of white to it. Maybe too much white to it. And I know my circle is not plain circle, but that's okay. Like I said, we'll see where this goes. It may turn out, it may not. A lot of this is new to me. I've never had any type of training as far as art. It's all just playing it by feel. So I just have this picture in my mind of what I want this to be, and I'm going to do the best I can to make it what I'm seeing in my mind. Okay, get some more of that pink. Oh no, I'm almost done my pink. My medium magenta, I should say. Pardon me. Alright, I'm basically just trying to brighten up this pink a little bit more because I really want the vibrant colors. I don't want it to be soft. I'm looking for the vibrancy of the colors. Still no problem with this orange. I don't like it. It's not as orange as I want it. So, I know I'm going to have to go back and add more to my yellow, but that's okay. I want it to be vibrant. I want it to be I love color. Orange is not one of my favorite colors. I'm not sure why. I love the pinks and the purples and the magentas and the blues and the greens. Oh, speaking of green, apparently I had a little bit of green on my palette there. There's a little bit of green in here. Pardon me. Apparently allergy season's coming. But it's okay. That's my kitty cat talking to me. Miss Abby. She thinks every time I paint, she needs to be right here with me. Hi, darling. Go get up in your bed. Come on. Alright, so we have our yellow, orange, and pink, and as you can see, they're not really hugely blended, which is okay. Now I'm going to go into a purple. And I'm definitely going to need a lot more of that purple out. I'm just going to do it this way. Yeah, I got lots of paint there. Hope I'm not making you dizzy by spinning this around and around. It's just easier for me to work on it that way. Now I'm going to go back into the pink because I want that pink a little bit bigger. And I'm just trying to get that pink in with that purple. Alright, now I'm going to move on to the lighter blue. And actually this is kind of like a tealish. It's not so much blue, but it's more of a... doesn't look quite the blue that I was looking for. We're going to add some dark to it. There we go. Right now I have the radio on. I'm not sure if you can hear it in the background, but normally I like to listen to more of a relaxing type of a music when I'm doing this. I have quite a few CDs that have either nature sounds or I don't know, I guess they call it New Age. But this morning I just felt that I needed a little bit more oomph in the music. And yes, I am going to do all the sides. They will all end up a blue. I don't like to see a canvas that is done and yet the sides are still white. That just annoys me. So they will be done. They'll be done in blue. That side's done in blue. I hadn't planned on doing this finger painting style, but it's working. Alright, I am going to do these sides just because I need them done. I'm just coating them on the side with the blue. Making sure I get in by all the staples and don't leave any white spots. Need some more of my blue. And no worries about getting this paint on my fingers. I do have something that was suggested to me, which is ArtGuard, because I do like to use my fingers a lot, and I know, we shouldn't really be ingesting a lot of this paint and stuff through our skin, so I do have ArtGuard on. Also, it makes my hands a lot easier to wash, which I think is wonderful. Okay, again, I'm still just working on the sides. I'm off camera here, but okay. So far, so good. Now, I am going to try to use a dry brush. I really want to get some of these lines kind of, let's see if this works. Yeah, there we go. Just want to get them blended in a little bit. I don't want it quite so harsh on the lines. Just blend it a little. Kind of take the finger paint strokes out of it. And this is a completely dry brush. It's not, no water whatsoever. Just kind of softens it a little bit. Now, truth be known, I should have started with the yellow, but I did not. So we're going to find another brush. Again, completely dry brush. I just took it out of my thing of brushes, and I just want to soften these lines a little bit. I don't want it quite so harsh. I'm going to add a little bit more purple in there, just because I can. Again, it's a dry brush, so. Oops, we're pulling the blue. Oops. Sorry about that glare. I have two lights here, and the light's not that great here in my room. Well, I could try it that way, but you don't have much light on it then. And I can't see. So we have to go back, and I apologize for the glare. Gonna have to work on that. Alright, now I want a brush for my yellows. I'm gonna work on the yellow. This is all gonna make sense once I finish, work on what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so we have our yellow. And I just got pink on that brush, so let's take out another brush. Alright, now I want to work on my orange. Into my pink. Now it's starting to do what I wanted it to do, which is, oops, I got orange in there. I'm starting to get my colors all together. Check out which brush is which here. Okay, so I've got my first three basic colors on here. I'm going to go ahead and dry this because what I want to do next is I want to start working with the black and the white gesso. But I want these colors really dry. So I'm going to go ahead and stop playing with this because every time I do, I make something I don't like. So I'm going to stop playing with this. I'm going to go ahead and dry it up, and then we'll move on to the black and white gesso. Okay guys, I'm back again. I've let this dry completely. The canvas, this is the first sunrise one I did. And again, it's completely dry. Now, just so you guys know, I'm playing here. I'm doing this out of something I thought about, and I just really want to see where it goes. So my next step, I'm going to be playing with black gesso and white gesso. And hopefully that's all. I'm hoping I can take the two of these, the black and the white gesso, and just get what I'm looking for. So again, I'm playing, I'm trying things. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but the great thing about this is if it doesn't, there's always gesso. So what I'm looking to do, first thing I'm going to do is I just want to cut this in half. And I probably will get bolder as I go along because I tend to do that. I will start out very cautious on something and then just, oh no, we got black gesso there, and then just take off with it. Got a little white spot, that's okay. Alright, so I'm just going to play here. What I want to do is I really want a dividing in this. Okay. Okay, so there's my divide. Now what I'm looking to do I've got a wet brush. I think it's called a filbert. See what I was talking about with the Simply Simon? The paint likes to peel off them. Or their coating, whatever it is, likes to peel off. All I'm doing right now is I'm just taking black and just a touch, a very light touch of white, and I'm just giving this some texture per se. Just a little bit of black and white. All I'm doing is I'm just taking this and just making strokes going up and down. I'm just trying to put in like the feel of a, I don't know if I want to say a forest per se, but some type of a shoreline. Really, it's not, if you look real close, they're not actually shapes of anything. It's more, I'm not sure what I'm looking for, the word I'm looking for. It's more a suggestion. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm just putting in that suggestion of having something along this. And then I just, every so often, I decide to come down with, you know, whether it's a shadow or I'm not sure. I'm just playing. Again, I'm just playing. Every time I pick up the paintbrush, I learn something. And that's really what I find intriguing about art is there's so much to learn. I enjoy the process. I actually enjoy the process. I'm going to change my light a little bit, and I'm sorry if there's glare. I need that changed a little. Now, right now I'm just doing this pretty much strictly with the black. I have just a very tiny hint of white in this. And what I'm going to do is, what I plan to do is take my white and go in and make some highlights on some of this stuff. Okay, so here I've got quite a large, I'll put this down. Okay, now I'm going to pick up quite a bit of white and try to get more of a grayer. Show you what I'm doing here. I just took my palette. Here's my gray gesso. Here's my white gesso. So now I'm basically going down into pulling up more of the white out and making it a lighter gray. That's what I'm doing. I know. Don't yell at me. You're supposed to mix your paint with your palette knife. Yeah. I gotcha. I just do things the way I do them. Like I said, I like to learn, but I also like to do my own thing. Now, I'm not putting a whole lot on there, but I just want to give it a little bit of a dimension. Actually, I've got more on there than I really wanted. But I'm just giving it a little bit of brightness here and there. And I'm trying at this point to stay where it would be brighter. I'm trying to make it brighter on that side. So this side I stayed on the left. This side I'm going to stay on the right. Again, I'm just playing. I'm having fun. And, you know, again, that's what it's all about. That's my motto. Have fun. That's what life's about. You're here to enjoy your life, not to, you know, be sad and grumpy all the time. Don't get me wrong, I know there's some days that we're all sad and some days that we're all grumpy. Trust me, I have my days. Okay, so now I'm going to move back over to the left side of this and just give it just a touch. A little bit too much of a touch. Again, I don't know if this is really making any sense, but it's kind of cool. Alright, so I've done it with the gray. Now what I'm seeing is, let me clean out my brush so I can get rid of some of that gray. What I'm seeing now is I'm seeing too much gray. So I'm going to go back in with my black. And this is where I'm just going to kind of make a definition and actually define the shoreline per se. I just want to just give it that. I really should have this on an easel. It would be much easier. I just want to give it that definition of a shoreline. Now I do want to make this kind of straight because I am pretty much portraying like a shoreline per se with kind of like a sunset. I'm not sure. Maybe it looks like a heart monitor. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to get a smaller brush because I still want to break up some of that gray. I'm going to use this. It's a number 4. It says it's a protege, but again, I've got my stuff is peeling off it. So I just got it wet a little bit. The reason I wet my brushes is because if you don't, the paint will suck up into all the way up to the handle, and I don't like that. Okay, so now I'm going back in with this one. Just breaking up some of that black so it's not quite such a straight line, looking like a paintbrush stroke per se. I'm just holding it up so I can look at it and see what else I want to do. I want to add a different color in here. I'm just not sure what. Let me think about this for just a second. What I'm doing is I'm looking at my golden paints to see what color I want to add into this, and I think I'm going to use some of this Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold. I'm just going to put a little bit on my palette, and I'm going to start at it with just a small brush. I'm going to clean this brush off. Just going to use this small angle brush, the same one I was using. And I want to play with this a little bit. I want to see what it does. Let's make it a... Is it going to be too much? I don't like how much it is, so let's get even smaller. Actually, I want just like a light dusting of it. And we'll go back in. The black. I just want this down here to stay black. Again, I'm just looking for the feel of the color, not so much I think I really have to define these, what I call trees, a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use specifically the black, and I'm using an angle brush. I'm just going to try to maybe make them a little bit more tree-like. Let's see if this works. It's getting there. I think a lot of it's just the layers, a lot of the layers of the paint. The inspiration for this came to me yesterday when I was in my my last pain management class. There was a video on during our mind-body session, and it had this most beautiful sunset, and it was there was a bunch of loons on the lake, and it was just a very relaxing mind-body experience. But there was this really pretty sunset, and it was on this line with these colors, and it really struck me, and I thought, ooh, I've got to try to put that on canvas. So here's my attempt. And again, I'm just trying to define these a little bit more so that they're more tree-like and not so much brush strokes. I'm not making a perfect tree. I'm just making them with nice little pointy tops on them. Just to redefine a little bit, maybe throw another layer on there. Well, I did go get my mail today, and the mailman was pretty good. She didn't bring any bills. She brought a couple things that I can use, so that's really cool. I'm thinking I'm going to somehow soften this bottom part so that it's not quite so bright, because I really want this to kind of look like it's on a lake, per se. The more I do, the more I like it. But I really want to tone this down. So what I'm going to do, I want a big dry brush. Big dry brush. Actually, I think I'm going to use this one. Just a big dry brush. And what I want is just the smallest amount of white gesso. So what I did is I put it on top of the white gesso pile, and then I just, okay, let's see what we can do here. And this isn't really what I wanted to do, but it's okay, it'll work. Now, I think I might do that with the blue. First, I want a little bit more of that white. Just a touch more. To lighten it up a little. This is very dry. It's just, it has the barest hint of the white to it. That kind of defines the bottom from the top. I really don't like that there, but that's okay. Let's see. I do have a touch of that blue left over from my palette from earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slightly run the blue. Maybe a little bit more of the blue. I like that. I like the way it's defining the bottom of it. So we're just gonna I want a smaller brush because I like what it's doing, but it's a small angle brush. So I'm leaving that color there, but I'm toning it down so that it doesn't quite look so like a big round circle. And again, it's the power of suggestion. I'm not actually making water. I'm not making waves, although I could. No, I don't want to make waves because then I wouldn't have the reflection. So I'm not making waves or water. I'm just, well, I could do a little bit of that. Now, I am going to take, however, a baby wipe though. And there's just spots of it that I'd like to have a little bit cleaned off, just a touch, just to show some of the color through. So it's not quite so white. Not quite so white. Just taking it off. I mean, I'm leaving a lot of the color on there, but I'm also blending it as well as removing a little. I think that looks better. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with my black again, and I'm going to redefine the reflections. And with that black, and make sure our shoreline is black. A little bit of that nickel azo gold. And I'm just very, very tiny amount on the brush just to give it just that little hint of color. Maybe a little bit more here in the middle. where it's brighter. Whoa, too much there. Okay, now I've went and got too much on my brush. Doesn't surprise me. Okay, let's just kind of gives it a little bit of a color here. Use this again. Sounds like I think I need to clean out my water brushes. What do you think? Or my paint brushes, I should say. I like that. I do want a little bit more darker blue down here, so I'm going to put a little bit of blue. Go back to the darker. And just kind of cover up some of this light and white, because I really don't want it that light and white. Oops. So I'm actually going to use one of those. I'm actually going to use an angle brush to do this. I just sit here thinking, what is his name? Bob Vila? Bob, I am not. I probably could have learned a lot from him. I should check out his videos. I love it. Happy, happy tree and a happy, happy bush. We all remember him, right? Okay, and then again, the little trick that I learned is you take the dry brush and just kind of blends it all in. It doesn't look quite so stark and so solid. I really want this to darken up a lot down here. Again, I apologize for the glare. Okay, I really like that. Up close it doesn't look like a whole lot, but far away it actually looks pretty cool. Now another thing I do want to do is I want to give it some stars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up this part of my palette, my canvas, and I'm going to take some of my white gesso and I'm going to add quite a bit of water to it because I want to water it down. Let's see, we'll move it over on another piece of the palette. Okay. And I just want to water it down, and then what I'm going to do is this. And just note to self, when you do this, you get stuff all over. All over. And I believe I'm going to call that canvas done, because I really like, oh, maybe not, hold on, hold that thought. Just gotta fix them so they look a little bit more foresty. Okay, at this point I am calling this canvas done. So this is canvas 1 of my sunset. I actually have another canvas sunset which I'm going to finish up as well. I'm not sure as I'll put both videos on YouTube, but I hope you enjoyed, and here she is. And like I said, happy creating, and have fun. That's what it's all about. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.